down so far.
And we're only getting things started. And what's to say we don't see map number 3? Not a thing.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, okay, sure. Consulate. Statistically, this is not a great map for Secret and a really good map for Luminosity. However, statistically, Bank is a really rubbish map for Luminosity that we never see, theoretically, and a fantastic map for Secret. So at this moment in time, I have no real idea what is up, what is down, what's going to happen next, and I just kind of want to see, really. What I will say, the energy coming from the Luminosity boys as they set off the desk was good. They were in good sets, they were talking about stuff. Instantly, Secret brought themselves round into a huddle. They got themselves down. They know that they have a lot more to do because, as expectations go, they were expected to take this. And today has been an unbelievable day of upsets, especially for anyone that's a fan of the EU region.
Yeah, already, I think for myself, I predicted BDS to win, and I predicted G2 to win, and of course, I'm wrong on that one. And, well, if Secret go home, I don't think us as a region will ever hear the end of this.
No. I think, you know.
No. It feels like my life might end if Secret don't pull this through.
So for the next
EU getting first rounded, this is never, to be fair, this is never, ever happened in the history of Rainbow Six.
And it would be a complete first for EU. And you think back to when EU were the only participants left in the American kind of tournament, and now it's the flip side is we're having. But to be fair, Valencia, the other tournament that was on our soil, was taken by Americans. So maybe everyone just plays better at minors in each other's region. Like, no one plays well on their home turf at minors. You've got to step up.
Okay, Consulate, here we go. So, Consulate's a map. It's very, I would say, very hit or miss in terms of the attacking phase. If you look at the top floor, for example, you are kind of limited to 2 attacks. You either attack B or you attack A. There's no, like, in-between kind of cross-section. You're either a team that attacks from admin or a team that attacks from yellow. Historically, for Secret, they're a team that would attack from yellow stairs. I think probably one of the best teams that we have seen utilize and execute with great utility in towards that yellow stairs. They make light work of that. But then again, I think admin is still always going to be like a safe option, I feel, for a lot of teams. We've already seen that from Consulate today. We've seen a lot of that kind of admin take in. Another thing as well to kind of note, if you look at the third-person view in towards the admin, it's just like floating ceiling fans that isn't connected to anything. It's just ghost fans.
Yeah. It's kind of nightmarish. You know,
they're just there.
They're just kind of there, and the spinning from medics isn't helping. Medics, I don't think we've given him a specific shout-out today.
No.
He's our observer.
He's the guy who has to sit through all of this.
Yeah, and he's been doing such a great job today. I even just caught someone rappelling upside down. And then he goes to demo. He was like, I don't understand how you have any energy.
It's me.
Yeah, and then it's like, well, let's demo. But I gotta really give love to Medics. It's been exceptional today so far. But hey, today is not over. We find ourselves 1 map up. NA looking to crush all of EU's hopes throughout this tournament alongside what LATAM were able to achieve earlier in the day. Let's see if Secret can just keep something in the European wheelhouse. Starting to go for the clear across the top floors, hearing the destruction. This is obviously a top floor point, and they're wasting no time getting this admin control. But yet again, oh me, oh my, there is that great drone game from Luminosity. It seems like they're a little bit more aware and a little bit more awake to it, but that is what you're going to have to try and shut down. Slash on a Lion is the first time we've seen that today, too.
This is an operator that is favored towards the NA region. We don't see it a whole lot from EU. LATAM as well, we see that operator be played quite a bit. And perhaps Luminosity thinking, you know, who else could we take? Is there anybody there that is like a real necessity with Nomad being gone and Capital as well, which we know are massive operators for this map specifically? If you need somebody to fill in the gaps, you may as well take one of the most annoying operators that you can gain. Leon, first kill off this map, and it will be a clean one on Defactor using the classic bullet holes. And name something more iconic than EU and bullet holes.
Hey, it's the nightmare that we kind of give
Twitch chat spamming, where's Kixon and Taro, perhaps?
Watching hopefully, and gonna give me feedback on how to become like them later. Slash!
Screw your hair out.
Pops the Lion and starts to find his way a little bit closer as Rexon has taken control of Long. Consulate is a map that I love to see EU versus NA because they both play in very different ways, I say, as we also harp back to the fact that this is often a team cited as being a very EU-esque team in Luminosity. They're in with the diffuser. They need to find a little bit more control, and Slash is continuing a role that he really set himself on previously. There's a man down downstairs. It's technically a 3 versus 2, but they still have, well, they're not much time and some utility. Trying to get the plant, the E1D does the detection, and the body on the far side of Spiral Stairs is able to stop it. Doodle has to stick at this point. Does post-plant situation, that is all the E1Ds left, and can't quite make it land. Fonkers struggles against the Lion.
Fonkers misses the spray control, and still a 1v2, and it's going to be a tough one for Map2 to retake, especially whenever they have the crossfire. One outside of balcony, one on Spiral, and there's finally goes the down player, and Slash still, he's on the heater. He's still continuing on. He's fired up, and what a debut performance. Have we seen a better debut performance for a player? And I haven't seen one of these since, I think, Kanto, whenever he first joined G2.
Well, that's the thing about it, is obviously when Rogue went down and the big question marks appeared of where are all of these huge caliber players going to end up? Obviously, Vertical was the first name on everybody's lips because Vertical
He's the big man.
He's the big man. But you've got to look at the history of the rest of the players, especially Slash, who can be, well, this.
Yeah.
Look at what he's able to achieve in his debut on a team. A team, as we've said, is a very young team. He's come in on that kind of father figure role that we've seen other players do in NA, and it works. And I think TSM are another example of that, where they have one of the older players, and they've got Pojo, and they've got that kind of setup, and then from then on it's, you know, it is what it is, and that is what NA, it's the resurgence. It's the NA 2.0, and it is a force to be reckoned with.
I think a lot of people have to look at NA this next season and really look at it big time, because we've seen some big roster changes, and I think it's going to completely reshape the kind of structuring. Of course, obviously Slash being brought in towards Luminosity. You think then for the two reciprocity pickups, Vertical being that big one, Nyx being the other, the Dark Zero Skies now, and then of course Eclipse, another Rogue member into Dark Zero. A lot of things are going to be changing next season, that's for sure.
And you know what? Even though I'm EU, and even though I have a bit of a bias, I'm excited to see a scary NA. Because, you know, when it used to be the olden days and it was NA, and then it was NA versus EU, and then it was EU.
It was two teams. It was EG versus GT.
Yeah.
That was it.
But now we have majors and minors fully stocked with teams that can bring us these kind of performances and players of this kind of caliber. And they're all true. You know, we always make jokes about roster mania and the changing of the tides and the changing of the players. But look at how good NA are ending up because of it.
Yeah. So, Luminosity, they will have to take up the mantle of yet again another top 4 attack. And this time they've spread themselves over towards the yellow stairs. So, trying to take a different approach rather than the kind of typical admin, which I feel is very easy to read for a lot of teams. Admin, whenever you know they're coming that way, you can try and play aggressive as like a mute or a smoke with a shotgun in towards those back staircases. Alemzo, instead of Antichamber, just peeks on out, finds Rex, and then that's Ashgon. So, actually, it was in towards the yellow stairs, and you still have that one guy outside who is that line, and honestly, if Alems can win this gunfight against Slash, that is massive. That eliminates that annoyance threat, it eliminates the Lion, and more importantly, it's just Slash gone.
And Slash gone is a worry, really, at this point. But Feral is able to put a body, and Slash, well, he continues doing what Slash has been doing so well. Feral is finding himself a little bit stuck, and Alems finds Slash a double kill for a man that didn't quite have the big impact that he usually has in the previous map. Doodle down 2 means that it is a 1 versus 3, and the man is trying to aggressively push the front door, but no entry, no one allowed. Alems with a triple.
Alems going big in towards that mid floor, and really, Luminosity didn't get any foothold towards the bomb side at all. They either died outside or in towards yellow stairs. There was no in between.
You know what? And that's the aggression that we kind of wanted from Secret. That was that. you know, what we kind of wanted in that first map was the ability to be so counter-aggressive to anything that the opponents try to do. You don't even let them begin to get something together on your defenses because your team's secret. You have that capabilities to just tear through anything that comes at you. They were a bit passive at points during Bank. They were a bit passive on the first round as well. It did come down to a final 15 seconds, don't get me wrong, which is a good situation. But with the Lion charges, with all the angles and the information Luminosity had, for them it was a par for point plot.
Yeah. So, Secret. First round on the board, and this is exactly how it started off last time. We're going to go back and forth again.
We are. We
all
said it.
The way.
We said it at the end of the first. We said it halfway through the first map. This is going to be our day. And if this doesn't end on an 8-7 in favor of Luminosity winning 2 maps, it will be 3. And it will be 3 OTs. And, you know, it's just one of those things. I said it's an absolute joy to watch these teams go against each other because they're so capable, they're still learning, still improving and developing, and, you know, they're at the start of potentially being able to tear through regions that are just getting stronger and stronger. Luminosity droning ahead of themselves yet again, trying to make sure they don't get caught out by the, well, often crazed heroics in the hands of Secret, and so far nothing. But Secret have their information, they have their ideas of what's going on, and they've got a lot of pace here to try and get this garage wall open. Alems, Funkers, and Meepy all ready to try and offer a response here, and Feral takes Slash out, a big, big kill, because that is not only Slash, but that is the Lion and the E1Ds off.
Rexen, he's in, he went for the quick rush, but well met by a C4. Doodle does take the head off Alems, but still he managed to ring that phone and ring the number for Rexen. So Secret, they have that early advantage. They've taken the Ash, and they have taken control off that Lion. So really the 2 top fraggers for Rexen and Slash, they're both gone. So it's down to the other 3 members, and Factor does appear with a kill. Leon gone, and that's another C4 that Secret could have potentially used to try and deny the plant. And also finds a footstep. That's the rumor upstairs. Feral has to be cautious because he will be hunted. But because of the new changes to Jackal, because it was a very old footprint, it only pinged twice.
Well, 3-2. Now we find ourselves in Luminosity in a 3-1. They're yet again swinging themselves back into a great position. Feral trying a Citizen-esque rotation, and Clutch here finds the first. Looks for the second, but can't find it. Luminosity bring themselves to a 2-1. And we are bat for bat yet again. That is now, however, that is double the amount of diffusers that have gone down across this entire series between these two teams.
Factor getting that big important kill onto Leon, being able to swing favor back, and Leon was kind of like the first guy up to try and stop them again from rushing into the breach, you know, to try and stop that plan. Of course, the Lambs was pipes, and then Leon was towards that white fan. As soon as they lost both of them, it kind of allowed Luminosity to ease off on and kind of just relax. You know, don't have to tense up as much. You can walk in, try and go for the refrags. That Jackal ping was important to know where the Jaeger was. They knew they had the free onto advantage. They could try and walk on in, take the gunfights. Hey, they won them. And just unfortunate there for Feral. You've seen him go for the pre-fire in towards that kitchen doorway, but he aimed head height rather than crouch height, which is where the man was positioned.
Yeah, that's the problems that you've kind of got to tweak out. And we talked about little mistakes earlier from the sides of Secret. Dropped shots and not dropped Luminosity players that really cost them. And that is what they've got to have to try and iron out on this. Because if they keep making those little mistakes, we're just going to find ourselves slipping further and further away from an EU team in the semi-finals. Setting themselves up now for a double down against Cafe. Going to try again to change it up as they did the second time they went to Consul previously. But hey, every single round so far, they have got the opening frag. You've got to give credit to Luminosity to be able to bring that back round twice to take the entire round itself.
So we go once again back towards the downstairs, and if we have anything to go off, which has been this entire series, we should see Secret winning this round. Back and forth it goes until eventually we get to the kind of nitty-gritty rounds where it's so close and so even, and it just takes one slip-up, one mistake, and then the other team capitalizes on it. Luminosity, very early on to open up the wall, realizing that Secret have no bandit, no guide. They have to worry about any of that. No real worries for Luminosity. So breach open. LM's just cautious, looking for a quick wide swing, and this is something that MIBR were doing left, right, and center on their matchup against G2, was just taking those aggressive gunfights, catching the players of G2 by surprise, and really, we haven't seen that from Secret. I think they're like trying to look for an opening, but they're still being as patient as they can.
I mean, that's the thing about it. The patience from Luminosity. It's been so good. Every single moment they found themselves with the ability to drone a little bit. They slow their roll, they get themselves back together, and then they do things like that.
Slash
Find
in.
one, find two, slash! A double kill on point, holding the close angle of the door. Feral has to fight his way back in, finds Factor, finds Slash somehow, swings round. And it's just unbelievable moment after unbelievable moment. Fonkers is looking for the run out, looking for any grasp, but the information doesn't catch it. Rexon is there waiting. It's a 3 versus 1. They are out deep. Feral has to do, well, the impossible, it seems. Luminosity put themselves 2 rounds ahead for the first time between these teams.
Luminosity, they take 2 in a row, which is strange from the kind of history of how even both of them are. And now we look towards the top floor for Secret. So Luminosity, I think being really fast on those openings. Again, from Slash, seeing the opportune moment, wins that 1v1 on the guy on the flank. He's in the heart of the bomb site, finds another one, and it just rains havoc, doesn't it?
That's like, the consistency of Slash to be able to get in these positions where he's able to put body. And the thing is, okay, I'm just going to quickly swing back to when you said, hey, this reminds me of when Kanto came in. Because one of the things that everyone kind of looked at was, oh my god, Kanto, he's putting so many bodies down. Wow, how is he doing this? A great support stuff, a great support structure, the droning underneath. We saw traditional fragments like Pengu rotate to more kind of supportive roles, and they let Kanto do what Kanto does. And in a way, that's similar to what we're seeing from Luminosity. They're droning ahead consistently. They're getting all the information of all the point, and they're going, go, Slash, go, kill. And Slash is killing very, very well. And it's just, it's, you know, you can't talk too much about it because it's just done to a T.
Leon Gids with the first spawn kill of Consulate. I was waiting for those to happen, either from him or from Feral. And he's eliminated Factor, who has actually kind of had Leon's number for the majority of the game so far. You know, Leon has been Jackal pinged and then taken out by the C70. And Jackal has been a very dominant operator for both teams on Bank, and already for Factor, he's been playing that religiously, and it's worked for him, being able to, again, bring that annoyance factor and the soft breaks and the smokes. And I think people forget still how strong that C70 is.
I mean, that's the...
He has no recoil.
It's the thing. It's if you've got good control of it and you find yourself in a situation where you can land bodies, it's good. And so far this game, Secret, that's where they've been struggling. And it's a weird thing to say, that Secret are struggling to hit shots. But evidence points to that across this game. They've not been able to lock down those tense moments that otherwise they're systematically and so impressively good at, is those moments.
We didn't really see any of the kind of known crazy Secret runouts from their defense very early on. You know, that ranked play style that we always kind of bring it back to, that Secret take great pride in showing that that's what they're capable of. Consulate, though, is certainly a map that we know they can do that on. You know, we've seen in CL very early on to the season. Feral ran out to main gate and got 2 kills. He was detected for 5 seconds and still got kills.
It's just one of those, like, fever dream moments. Leon, in the meantime, he's sick of messing around. He's picked up the ranked dock. He's dropped, well, the ranked Ash, and Rexon has taken out the table. There's a great combination of information and push, but no! Alems is there to take care of Doodle, puts us in a 5-1 as Leon finds his triple, runs out, and runs down the members of Luminosity. Gets himself back in the building. Hyena on a flicker of health and not a lot more is finding himself a little bit out of luck trying to get into this Consulate.
So he's going to try and save himself some trouble. And, of course, this gives them some breathing room. They can have a little chat about what went wrong, what they want to do, and just maybe getting some freebies.
Tack timeout. This is a tack timeout with an asterisk.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So
Quotation marks.
He's not saving AWP, guys. He's they're talking about it. They're talking about everything. We're going to actually be able to say that when Carly's in the meta.
That's very true.
And it's going to make a little
Still,
bit
another
of sense.
3 months, though. But, hey, Goyo Amaru up next.
We've seen some stuff about, obviously, we can chat to the pros about their thoughts about that. G2 have started scrimming with them already, instantly off the back of this. They've gone, right, well, we're going to scrim with these new operators. We've got to get good with it because we've got these open qualifiers coming up.
Yeah.
I'm really curious to see... Okay, I'm going to break this into 2 points. I'm really curious to see how powerful Goyo can be with a lot of teams and a lot of the holds. Obviously, the talk is there's too many shields. I'm really curious to see if we see Amaru do anything.
She's not going to do anything.
Through an entire season.
And then the thing is, though, whenever everybody says, oh, Goyo's really strong, whenever I play Goyo, I die to the shield more than I get kills with the shield. I'll be sitting behind it, and Sophia just hits me, and I'm dead.
Yep. That's the general swing of things.
But then again, I'm a diamond player, Fluke. You don't have those troubles in silver.
No, I don't. I'm not Dez. I'm a gold 1, I think, currently.
Still, you shouldn't be bragging that, bro.
Hey, I'm a support player. I'm a Thermite with a positive KD.
Yeah, so am I. How do you think I get into these stacks?
I don't know. I've been in the team speak. Final defense round now from Secret. They can get a 3-3 split. They can bring themselves back in with 2 rounds in a row. They've been able to do that previously, but they've got to do it again. And it's not been the most common occurrence, I think it is fair to say. Alems is now bringing the air cook over to the dock. Leon is on the eyes of Valkyrie, potentially going to lead into more roaming.
A strategy that I am curious and kind of baffled by we haven't seen it yet would have been the Garage Secret defense with Leon Gibbs with the mirror windows inside a bathroom.
Yeah, because he talked about it earlier.
That's a classic one from him.
That's the thing, and it's a lot of times the teams that we've seen struggle with closing it down is American teams. They've not been 100% sure on, hey, there's just a mirror in this bathroom with 2 mirrors, and Leon himself earlier to us said, if I was doing that strategy, watching one of the other games earlier, no one would be in piano right now. I would have killed them.
And mirrors open, which I think is even more strange.
That's the thing. It's the kind of way around it. And you just kind of, you wonder what is kind of going on in Secret's comms here. Because maybe they came in a little off. Maybe they came in a little bit with the idea that they're going to be a bit more loose, a bit more easy to stomp over this. They were so confident coming into this. Luminosity, they were, I'm not going to say less so confident, but it's just that kind of situation now where we'll see how it progresses for them. If they can find some of that swing, some of the gun skills, some of the confidence that is usually so consistent with them.
So, generally for a mid-floor, we see a multitude of ways. I think top floor is kind of the most common, where teams would still take in towards admin and try and pressure the guys in towards the meeting room, and then have those hatch controls, the vertical control. But for Luminosity, they're kind of coming in from the yellow side of things, coming in from the basement, and we have seen the piano take have a big resurgence as of late. Curious, though, to see how they're going to play around it whenever hatches are still available for Secret and Funkers. He's set and geared up and ready to go, and I think that's just down to Secret being able to read where Luminosity are coming from, and they're set up in the appropriate positions.
Well, here comes more pressure from Slash, and it's against Leon, and that's a big take. But Alems, who has been much better this map, finds a double in response. And what a moment to do it just before the charge went off. That had been a second the other way. If that had been a little bit later on the E1, a little bit earlier on the E1D, or a little bit later on the push, well, it could have been a very different story. Meepy, with the run out, takes care of Slash, and Secret looks like they're setting themselves up for a balanced split.
Hyena, see if he can try and make this work for him. A 1v3, 50 seconds to go. Diffuser dropped on the floor. Has the LA in hand, looking and peering around every corner, every nook and cranny he can get his hands on, in towards that spiral stairs. But really at this stage, he can pick up the kill. Still doesn't have the diffuser, so in the end of it, I don't really think this matters. You can see Funkers and Meepy, they have that crossfire, and even Funkers can drop down the hatch to try and help Feral if anything does come his way. But you would expect Feral in the bathroom, has the shotgun close and ready. Hyena turns his back to him, the shotgun into the back. Round number 6, won by Secret. So once again, Fluke, an even split as we head into the next half.
Nobody is giving anything in this game. Nobody wants to give ground. Nobody wants to give time or space.
Now the second half is where things start to get a little bit more heated up. Because it's been very tame so far, I think, for most of these rounds.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen, obviously, the first kind of spawn peaks in the 2 rounds previous, and we're seeing a bit more aggression from the holds that Secret was doing. Alem's obviously bringing a 7-4 and Slash on the 8-5, who has not slowed down in any sense of the words over these 2 maps. But I'm curious to see the Luminosity defense on Consulate.
Because we said, and they said themselves, they are the EU team of NA.
Yeah.
I really want to see them punish Secret. I want to see them utilize those jump outs, give it back to Secret, show them that anything you can do, we can do better. And we know that they can. Luminosity, they have that crazy gun skill that the young team has, and we've talked about the youngsterness, you know, the kind of equivalent of what Na'Vi are, with the kind of whole 6 months ago they were in CL, they won CL, they moved on in. Of course, not the same caliber as Na'Vi, because what they did was, well, it wasn't, you know, the first time. We've seen Empire, of course, do that previously, but still an amazing feat for Na'Vi nonetheless.
What it's also worth looking at is, yet again, we fall back to this information game. Look at the slew of info ops on the
He's
side.
hunting drones.
He's hunting the drone on top of the fan, and that's a sad sight to see if you're Leon, but there goes a pre-place, and now it's just a matter of, again, Luminosity are so good with that information game. I know I've said it a few times, but this is what other teams should watch.
Look at this, though. A pulse, which we know is so deadly, has been scanned by the IQ, and Leon has actually a limb still away from him, but still, the outcome's the same. It managed to work. That shows Secret. They see an opening, and they rush that man, that wolf pack mentality.
You know what? Pace. That's what we've kind of cried for, and they are answering. Leon is waking up. Rexon, however, is there to find a body back. Alems suffers. Factor is doubled up, and the firefight from Leon hasn't slowed yet. He's popped into the small box of security, and he's going to wait and see if he gets pushed, but both the Luminosity players have rotated back to the top floor. This is just a firefight down here. This is far from what we need to do if we want to play on the point. There's still a lot left for Secret to find their way back to the top, and it was a great rotate from Luminosity.
And I think that's a good trade. Alams, he got the kill onto the Pulse. I think Pulse at this stage does a heck of a lot more work compared to a Buck in this site specifically. Sure, you have that vertical where he could go in towards the piano and start bucking up from below, rip in towards the antechamber. But then again, Pulse, information gatherer, the C4 at the late game, I think that's a lot more valuable that Luminosity would like to have.
And it's Slash.
It is Slash, yes.
And it's Slash. But we've always talked about Pulse on this map. So Pulse on this map is more powerful than Pulse on any other map. Why, do you ask? Because he can get an entire push on one of those east or western sides. He digs in on the bottom, he angles himself up, and that is everything on that side on his favor. Valkyrie is very, very powerful too. The double up is impossible. Doodle takes the wide swing and takes Leon out of the equation. Good read and good movement from the smoke there, who takes care of an IQ that was a big, big problem for them.
I don't know how Secret fall for that, because that is something that they run religiously as well. They will do that quick peek, using a smoke, using a mute. Whatever SAS operator they can use, they will do so. Feral in towards the spiral now, has the F2 ready to rock and roll. Has that cut off, but as long as the smoke is still alive inside of A, they're not getting into the bomb site. Funker's on the upside down. Repel Factor eliminates Feral on this. Looks to be a lockout of a round for Luminosity. Both players in towards the balcony. There goes the C4, but doesn't land its target. But still, it doesn't matter. Secret, they will have to jump in towards a multitude of cross angles. And yeah, there goes Diddle. Has the shotgun. Funkers falls. And Meat will take the time, just like Luminosity did, just to kind of bring it back down to earth and talk about what happened, and they will try and move on and see where they go from here.
Luminosity back in the lead for another time today. Secret, they've been competitive. They've been at the neck of this game for almost its entire run, but the lead has always just been outside their grasp pretty consistently. You've got to kind of look at that as a percentage, and it shows the Luminosity, they're not scared of progressively pushing, progressively doing what needs to be done. Cafe and Garage is where we're going to head to, and a 4-3 split. The kills aren't as runaway as they were in the first game, but chances are, and statistics tell us, that this is probably the halfway point of this map. I feel like we are careening our way closer to another 8-7.
Basement for Luminosity. And this is where I'm intrigued by Secret, because we have seen rushes as well from the breach, just like what Luminosity did. Secret can return that. Again, it just shows how similar both these teams are. They're really neck and neck. We've seen similarities from both of them. Whenever a certain player from either side sees a potential for a quick double kill, they'll take that. You look at Slash, seeing the weaknesses in the backside of the defense for Secret. He walked in, got 2 kills, similar to what we've seen Leon. He's seen that opportunity to kill the Pulse. They took that as quick as they could.
I think that's the thing about it as well, is the pace at which they're responding to each other isn't slowing down. Even with this intense the entire game, even though we've barely taken a foot off the gas for any of these rounds, they're still finding more ways to bring fresh pace into this. Whether it is those runouts, whether it's the quick pace of dropping down, whether it's the way that Luminosity are getting control and getting those roamers within the opening 10-15 seconds so consistently, either way, these teams are giving it their all and then some. Leon might find himself on the wrong end of Rexon, but it's actually Alems that gives himself away, and Leon as well. Rexon with the double kill on a pair of windows, and that was an unbelievable throwaway of life from the hands of Secret.
Secret again. Silly errors to give up, and hey, that's what I wanted Luminosity to do. I wanted them to give that back to Secret and say, you know, sure, you may be that team in EU that everybody doesn't want to go up against because of your window tactics. Guess what? We're the team in NA that nobody wants to go up against with our window tactics. And, man, it's just 2 teams clashing together so well.
Yep. They set themselves up now. It's also worth pointing, because we talked about Pulse's ability, we just saw a little demonstration of what Vigil can do as well. His ability can sometimes span multiple floors and really bring a lot of doubt for the drone game that might try and start to collapse upon, well, a pretty loose and wild defense from the hands of Luminosity that Secret are struggling to find a true answer to so far. Funkers finds Factor and starts to close it down across the Archive side, but every other body is still clear, including Rexon, who's already found himself in these positions before.
Peculiar position for Rexon to be in, especially whenever he knows that he just lost Factor in towards the blue corridor. He knows that Funkers is around, and Funkers does get the drone out. A big engagement, and Funkers, he makes it work. A double kill, which once again for Secret, they pull themselves out of that hole, but they need to keep digging further to make sure that they will begin to bury Luminosity under the weight of that team. Maybe now in towards the mid floor, and we'll start to open up the hatches above Hyena. So a back take is where Secret will try and attempt to go for, and quite similar to what we've seen from Bank, back takes aren't the best because that drop patch, there is so many angles that the attackers can have. I'm curious to see where they'll place their third man. Will he try and rotate in towards Yellow? It will be Feral. Funkers almost gets caught out, but it's Hyena who loses that one. Funkers still going strong, but no, Doodle has the wide swing. Maybe has to make it happen. Mr. Cool, as you so dubbed him, Fluke, in the 1v1. The ADS catches the flashbang, looks away at the wrong moment, and look who it is. That man Slash on it again.
Oh my word. The thing is, when they started the setup to the back take, all I was thinking back to was the round on Bank, where we saw them start the back take against the basement point, and then they just flooded down and went body for body, trade for trade. They tried the same thing there. Luminosity, it was a scrappy fight, sure, but they were way more aware of the plan, the strategy, and what needed to be done. And yet again, Slash cannot give him enough kudos. Held in firm on the far side. The 2-round buffer is there back again. That is 2 more rounds in a row for Luminosity, and only 2 rounds away from finding themselves to the second map victory.
You can do all the prep work in the world, You can know every single thing about a team, but if there's one player who goes off on an absolute tantrum, what can you do?
Try and have another one too. It's exceptional to see. And Secret, you've got to try and find some of the fire we're familiar with. Setting themselves up, Hyena with a dock by a door that Medics is instantly sworn in on because this is how he likes to play, spawn peeking.
Just a quick update as well. You've seen the strafe percentages come up. It's supposed to be the other way around. 81% of you guys said Secret would win, 19 said Luminosity.
Yeah.
Just to make sure everybody's
I think
everybody's aware.
That's just the guys in production saying that they support Luminosity.
Yeah,
they always support
production will just support whoever's winning to
Yeah.
get the game over and done with as quick as they can.
No, it's been a bit of a day. It's been a bit of a day here in Split. There's Leon trying to crack his way open and wants to take a lot of the health off Doodle and has to rotate out of there, cannot stick around any longer and is going to try and play this with a one-room separation. There's also Rexon not too far away who has been a big part of the hold here, but Alems is trying to creep his way through admin with Leon on the shoulder and Meepy there too. Surely it's only a matter of time before they find their way fully through. The drone of Feral is trying to just do his own little buzzy work downstairs, and Leon with the wide swing doesn't find it, but does find a double. Doodle and Rexon both off the table, both off the top floor, and this is Control swinging into the favor of Secret. Can they make something of it, though? We've seen some of their collapses from above not quite come to fruition, even though it comes nail-bitingly close so consistently.
So, Luminosity, how will you try and pull back against Team Secret? Slash does get things going against Feral, and that's the headshot lands to target with Meepy. He's planting right at the front door, but nobody's there to try and stop him, and that's an easy one for Team Secret. Now Luminosity have to try and retake one of the toughest post-plant defusals you'll ever see in a game of Rainbow Six. Slash is still trying his best, but is it going to be enough, though? Everybody's spread out from Team Secret, even the holes above, the vertical angles, the crossfire outside. Team Secret should have this in the bag, you would think. Slash tries to stick to the fuse, but from above, Leon's there, and Funkers will pick up the remaining player, and Secret on the bounce back.
Well, one round is the split, yet again. Here in Split. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's because we're in the city of Split, and that's why it keeps being so close. Console office. Meeting room is where we're going to head to next, swinging back up to a top floor that has been, well, it's been a bit back and forth. It's a 50% win rate across both teams so far, who can find a way to swing it into their favor. Yet again, Slash is kind of leading the charge. Yet again, the skills of Secret have been very balanced. All of them have found moments to step up as they need to, and, well, they very often need to throughout this game, because what they've been facing against has been pretty astronomically good, I think is putting it lightly. Now it's down to, I guess, Luminosity to try and find a bit of a role. Keep this 2-round buffer. If they can get themselves onto map point, and they're on the 6-4 split, well, they've still got the option, obviously, then of going down below. They've got the option of taking a couple of different places, and I guess it's seeing what they can make work.
Okay. Next up, Luminosity for that top floor. I'll be interested to see how Slash will try and go about things, because last time he just kind of got pounced on. And there's nothing really that he could do against that.
No.
Probably I would like to see him play towards bomb site and then open up hatches, go for a late rotate. Would probably be my better guess, because you don't want to let another easy freebie, because straight away you'll see Feral just whip out the scanner. Hopefully. No, never mind. Feral's just Feral.
He's droning.
Oh, there you go. But you don't even look towards the basement.
He's droning. He's getting information that he needs to get. There's Slash, though, playing on Antichamber. Lobby door, ready to get aggressive on the run-out, potentially waiting for someone to get a little bit confident, a little bit overzealous as they try and rotate. But look at the pace at which they've cleared the man from the corner that they suffered before. A corner you said they like to play. Doodle was there, got a kill previously, and now he's not going to get a kill there again because they've instantly responded to that threat, that pressure. Leon on the Ash, trying to clear across the top, but there is the run-out from Slash, punished by the 5 Funkers. Struggling with words there as we start to see even more come into collapse. Factor looked for the follow-up to the run-out, was the surprise, and didn't quite catch anything because Secret are wasting no time in digging their way through this building.
Okay. 4v5, Secret have the lead. So, whenever Secret were looking pretty weak against Luminosity, they've kind of spurred themselves on, and Factor, I like the play, though, but it doesn't matter as Funker shuts them all down. Only down to Rexen and Hyena. Just rushing in. Leon Gid's not even ready for that one, but still, that creates the distraction that allows Map2 to walk on in, get the plant down, and Team Secret, they have, once again, climbed back a 2-round deficit, and Luminosity just struggling to get their mojo back, it seems. Diffuser being planted, Hyena and Yellow Stairs. Look at all the guns pointed in all different directions, waiting for him just to appear his head. They have the drones, they have the communication. And yeah, look, just Team Secret came back with a vengeance there. 2
rounds in a row, we've seen Team Secret be Team Secret. The pace, the kind of tenacity to take their way across this map, and then Meepy getting in, getting the diffuser, getting the control of the point to then be able to do their execute, just shows what we are used to seeing. Funkers showing up there, getting 3 kills, one of them the limitation of the run-out and just putting down the Claymore. The second was just gunning the run-out through and through. You know, it just shows that they are not down, they are not out, and they are still raring and ready and wanting to take this to that 3rd map.
We're still going for another overtime, I think. We're in here for the long haul tonight, Fluke.
Overtime in Villa.
It's now 11:30. We're getting there.
These lights are very warm.
I'm just getting DreamHack Winter flashbacks.
Yeah.
To whenever we had Liquid G2 go on until, oh, God knows what hours in the morning.
It's always tough, and it's been a long day, sure. But what a way for it to end, I think is the fairest thing to say. This has been such a good map. Obviously, it's a bit earlier in the day for NA, so I'm assuming a lot of them are tuned in and cheering on their Luminosity boys. And, you know, fair play to them.
UK, an hour behind us still.
UK, an hour behind us. They should still be awake. We've got some of the fans here as well. They've traveled all the way.
Yep. Us 5 casters traveled all the way to see Secret.
And Hap.
Yeah. But he's realized that, the Benelux doesn't have a lot going for him. He may as well convert.
Is that why we fought him a lot?
Yeah.
To convert him.
Pretty much.
Setting themselves up for another console hold. Now, yet again, we said this was a 50% point, and that it's kind of gone the other way. Now it's slightly in the favor of Secret with what was maybe the most dominating console performance we've seen from them so far. Yeah, they took it before, but that they took in style. Luminosity, where is your response? Where is your rebuttal? Where is the game that we have seen you play so many times?
So Mirror being brought in for the top floor, and I think for Luminosity to bring up the Mirror shows that stuff isn't working. It shows that they're kind of in that limbo phase where they feel as if they need to bring something new to make Secret then adapt to what they've brought. But is Mirror really the answer? And generally for a lot of the Mirror windows, they're pretty simple to get rid of. Sure, there's no Habana from Secret, and generally Hard Breacher you don't really see used as much on this particular map. The only time you see Hard Breaches is Basement, but you get away with just bringing the Thermite. Slash again. Another opening kill.
I mean,
another one.
And there's Feral to get the response against Rexen. Takes a huge amount of damage in the process, but the process comes through as he's able to take care of an Jaeger that has been more than a problem for them across these 2 maps. Funkers, talking of problems for opposing teams, is looking to find his way in on that balcony side as the Jackal starts to creep up with the cover. And you can see Secret, they're spread out quite far across the map. They're covering at least 2 staircases and 2 windows at this moment in time. They want to make sure they get the ground control that they've been so comfortable and capable of locking down so consistently.
I think Secret are just trying to figure out their options because they're very spread out, very individual, and if they lose 1v1s, nobody's going to be there for the retrade, which is like the big worry now for Secret. You know, Leon could get caught out very easily with nobody there to support. Even Feral could get flanked, and there we go. As I say it, Doodle manages to win that gunfight in towards the spiral, and Leon goes, and again, nobody's there to answer from Secret, so they really have to figure out what they're doing. They're still toying with ideas. There's a Toxic Babe just to try and keep them at bay, and I think that Toxic Babe is there to allow Luminosity now to rotate in. They've realized that Secret have rotated in towards the yellow. They can start pulling men back, and Hyena, he will do just that, in towards the bathroom, finds a very low Feral, full blinded though, but really nobody there to capitalize, and Luminosity just holding it down. It seems to be that Mira has scared Secret away.
Yeah, and you've got to look at how they took it in the previous round. The first thing they did was take care of the man in the close corner of Doodle. Then they did not do that this time round, and that is the second for Doodle, playing the exact same position he was so good in, and why they responded so immediately. And you wonder, maybe you're just expecting too much of a change. Meepy finds a double and puts it in a 2 versus 1. You're against a Vigil on Slash, you're against a Mirror, and you're against a lot of information still on the board, and the clock, most importantly. A default cam still up this late heralds bad news, but can the man who has sometimes done pretty impossible things just do one more? Pre-fires a corner, swings the wrong way, finds one, but the other body is just too far away. He's gonna try and stick it. The rotation comes in, pre-fires, and he somehow managed to get the diffuser down. No! Swings for the firefight with the pistol. Almost the verge of greatness, Meepy.
Mr. Cool almost had that invincible clutch. But still, Luminosity, great round from them. I like the adaptation. I like the fact that they brought something new that would kind of stop Team Secret in their tracks. The lack of a ban there for Secret mean they couldn't really challenge them as well as what they could. The Capital ban as well coming in to kind of bite them there on their own half. And now we're at series point, Fluke. Series point. But will it be? Or will we go OT once more? It has to be OT. I want it to be OT.
Surely it's going to be OT. Don't get me wrong. If it isn't, I wouldn't be that surprised in the same way that
you traitor to the Secret cause.
No. But I want it to be OT because I want to see a third map. I want to see these two teams keep clashing against each other because they're learning so much about each other.
It's going to be overtime.
Okay.
It's going to be.
I guess we'll see.
Has to be. Has to be. Or else I'm in for a very long weekend from a certain copper shield playing caster. He's doing some USN, something next week. The guy with the trash can, I think.
I've heard a little bit about that tournament in the US. Just a little bit.
Yeah, I really don't want EU to lose here. I really don't.
6-5, Luminosity on the possibility of doing the impossible. Completely clear a tournament out of any EU combatants. Yeah, it wasn't just them. There were some other teams earlier on in the day that managed to drop at least 2 other teams by little-known teams by the names of G2 and BDS. But this would be the final nail on a day that I think EU is going to want to be quick to forget. However, obviously I say that, it's not over. Secret, 6-5, far from a death knell, and far more left to go for them if they can just pull this one round off, get themselves an OT, give themselves a little bit more breathing room. They're heading in quick. Leon is back on the Ash and trying to find bodies. In the meantime, they're going straight towards the garage wall. They want to get it open. They want to get the control that they usually and consistently so, well, consistent at. Locking it down, getting in the point, getting the objective, shepherding the bodies further away from it, and then from that point onwards, getting control. There goes the center wall, and in goes Leon, and down goes Leon. Rexon finds one, Doodle finds another, and then another! Feral finds one, Meepy gets the trade back! It is a complete slew of blood, and Meepy is going to try and stick the diffuser in a 3 versus 2 out of absolutely nowhere. Feral finds one, and it's still down to Slash, holding the close. The diffuser goes cold. Feral, no health, sees a man dangling by his own skull, but it is over for Secret. Luminosity push themselves through to the semi-finals and throw EU out of this tournament.
EU. I think there's only 4 words we can say. Get in the bin.
It's a sorry day in the history books of EU Siege. A day that will be marked in infamy. Maybe a day that will be seen as America Day. Like a secondary Independence Day.
Could say Latin America Day as well, Fluke.
The whole of America's. The America's Day is today. Get your tiny flags in your hats and celebrate with pride. For you have slew the giant of EU. I am going to go sleep forever.
On the bright side, though, at least now we're Latin America fans. So, there you go. Brazil's got some new supporters. But still, we'll see if the guys at the desk feel the same way. Boys,